Many years ago, when I was a small boy, in Homa Bay School where I was studying, in 1983, there was an election, a national election of who was to be a member of parliament. Where I come from, we used to belong to Homa Bay constituency. Homa Bay was then Orengo, Rongo, Rangwe, and Homa Bay. This was the Greater Achwonyo. I happened to have sneaked out of school with a few of my friends and went to listen to the results as they were being announced. Your Excellency, on that particular day, that powerful person that Dr. Oburu Odinga was talking about, we were standing at the gate of the hall in Homa Bay. The way he fled from that place, I asked myself, why was that person fleeing? I was told that he was fleeing because he had lost to Dr. Phoebe Asio. From that day, from where I was as a young boy, it has continued to be in my mind that this lady was a very powerful lady. Many years after that, I have had the fortune of being a member of parliament. I came to parliament in 1997. Before I was elected to parliament, I sought her wisdom. I thought she would continue her tenure as a member of parliament. She told me, no, I have done my tour of duty in elective politics and lead in other spheres. This lady knew when to exit the elective stage and elevate herself to another position. Lastly, Your Excellency, this particular lady, when I had the privilege of being the Minister for Gender, together with Honorable Zipporah Kitonyi, they came to my office and directed me that I must constitute the Gender Commission. I had the privilege of constituting the Gender Commission as the Minister for Gender. And Your Excellency, Zipporah Kitonyi and other very serious ladies made me an honorary woman. So on behalf of all the honorary women who are here, like me, poleni sana kupoteza mtu kama huyu. Sisi tumekuja hapa kwa family. Caesar Asio has always been my friend. Your Excellency, Caesar Asio called me and said they would have some fundraising. But when you intervened, Caesar Asio aliniambia poa tu hapo, rais amechukua hiyo gharama. Your Excellency, wewe na baba na mambo ya broad-based. I am an avid reader and a student of politics all the time. That is what I do. I pursue elections sometime, but I'm all the time a student of politics. The policy that is called broad-based government is the best policy in a divided society, is the best policy in a society that is as broad as this one. I want to congratulate you and Baba for broadening inclusion in Kenya. I want to appreciate you for making every Kenyan, every county to feel that your administration needs and serves them. I want to conclude by saying, while I read politics and do things, I normally read language that is not verbalized. Hii lugha kati yako na baba imekuwa mzuri sana. Naona inaendelea vizuri. Na ikiendelea hivi, itakuwa mzuri 2027. Na wacho koseo kawacho.
Ndugu zangu wananchi wa Homa Bay, Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga, Mheshimiwa Baba, ameongea hapa as a patriot, as a Kenyan committed to the progress and success of Kenya. I was also almost tempted to say that I have nothing useful to add. He has said it all, and he has put it well. Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, your place in the history, in the progress, in the governance, in the destiny of our nation is firmly engraved. Your contribution, your sacrifice your mentorship of many leaders is something of pride to those of us who have worked under you in our earlier political journey. And I want to say, listening to you today, I am persuaded that this nation, and I associate and I agree with your commitment and your conviction that Kenya is a great country, because it is a great country. It is only that some do not understand the potential and the greatness of this nation. Because of your commitment to this country, today you have assisted me to put together the broad-based government, a government that brings all communities, all regions, all parts of Kenya in an inclusive manner into one administration that does not look, that does not seek to preserve any leader, but to preserve the destiny and the place and the stability of the Republic of Kenya. Mimi naleta rambirambi zangu na familia yangu kwa familia ya mama wetu shujaa kiongozi Phoebe Asio. Nasema poleni sana kwa sababu huyu kiongozi leo ametuacha, lakini pia tumekuja kusherehekea maisha yake, maisha ambayo imechangia sehemu kubwa katika uongozi wa kina mama katika taifa letu la Kenya na uongozi kwa ujumla katika taifa letu la Kenya. Na leta vile vile rambirambi kutoka serikali ya Kenya kwa familia hii, kwa viongozi wa Karachuonyo, watu wa Homa Bay, tukisema poleni sana na tutasimama pamoja na nyinyi. Huyu mama shujaa leo tunampatia heshima ya kitaifa kama shujaa wa Kenya kwa hii state ceremony, na sio kwa sababu niliulizwa, ni kwa sababu mama Asio has earned her place as a national hero and a national leader. We remember very well that Mama Asio became the first Kenyan leader of maendeleo ya wanawake. Today, we have a legacy of women leadership in Kenya. Today, here in Homa Bay, we can see what her mentorship, what her leadership, what her influence has brought in women leadership, not just in Homa Bay, but also in the Republic of Kenya. And therefore, she deserves her place as a national hero. And I agree with the Prime Minister that she deserves her name to be put in a prominent place in the annals of history and in a place of pride, both here in Homa Bay and in Nairobi as well. Tutaanza na hapa Homa Bay. Nimeulizwa ya kwamba shule hii ambayo inaitwa Wikondiek, nimeulizwa na mbunge wenu ya kwamba hii shule ambayo inaitwa Wikondiek ibadilishwe iitwe Mama Asio Secondary School. Na nimekubali ya kwamba hiwe hivyo. Because this great Kenyan lady deserves her rightful place as a national hero, beginning from here at home in Homa Bay.
Today, we've come to celebrate life. We've come to celebrate the life of Mama Phoebe Asio. Mama Phoebe Asio is somebody who is known and who was loved by most of us. Maybe I say all of us. As we were growing up, we used to look up to Mama Phoebe Asio. And we used to say that when I grow up, I would like to be like Mama Phoebe Asio. Now, some of us are grown up now, but I don't know whether we are like her or not. Mama Phoebe Asio was an icon. Mama Phoebe Asio was a role model. Mama Phoebe Asio was the first in many fields. We learned a lot from Mama Phoebe Asio. At that time, Phoebe was doing many things, but I took Phoebe as my personal mentor. And anything that I was doing, I would consult with Mama Phoebe. And one of the things that we did, I was advised at that particular time that I should start a women organization that represents women in Kenya from all spheres and all political parties. And we started the League of Kenya Women Voters. And Mama Phoebe Asio was the advisor. And you know, for the first time, in the election that was carried out in 1992, had many women. All those women had passed through the League of Kenya Women Voters. And that's how it opened the work. Now, in 1995, there was the Beijing conference, which brought about the 1/3 gender rule. Many people did not understand what it was all about. And still, today, we, the women of Kenya, we are still working towards the 1/3 gender rule. I think the only county that has reached that level is Homa Bay County, which has 50% leadership in politics.
When I was growing up, Phoebe Asio was a common name in our family. Because Phoebe and my mother, Mrs. Dorka Owino Nyong'o, were very close in Maendeleo ya Wanawake movement. Phoebe up in Nairobi and my mother at the local level. In fact, Phoebe doesn't call me by my name. Ulungagani Wood Dorka, the son of Dorka, because Dorka was my mother. So they were very close. And when I came to Parliament, I met Phoebe. She always treated me as a child who has managed it to come where the elders are. It has been like that. In fact, yesterday, when we met Phoebe, at Kisumu Airport, Kisumu International Airport, I must apologize to Governor Wanga. When I saw her in the coffin, I broke down. And I had to leave, not to embarrass Governor Wanga. So it's a very personal thing that I've come here, to be with the family of Phoebe Asio as we say goodbye to our great mother. The mission in life of Mama Phoebe Asio was to fight for human rights, not just for women, but for Kenyans as a whole. If that were not the case, she would have not been the leader of Maendeleo Wanawake for so long and been a parliamentarian and one of the parliamentarians who, if you look at the Hansard of the National Assembly, or Lejiko, as it used to be called, you'll find that Phoebe stood firmly for change, for human rights, for the protection of common people. If Phoebe lived today longer, Mheshimiwa Rais, Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, there is something happening in Kenya which is extremely dangerous, which I'm sure Phoebe would have stood up against and campaigned to do something about it by government. This is called femicide. If you have been reading the papers or listening to radio, watching television, femicide is increasing in Kenya at geometric progression. And we have a theory in Kisumu County that the increase in femicide is closely associated with the increase of Airbnbs. I don't know whether you know that. So, Bwana President, Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, let us have a strict control of the opening of Airbnbs, and the use of Airbnbs should be strongly controlled and accounted for. Because otherwise, this femicide will continue under the guise of people going to Airbnbs. I'm sorry I might be very strong about this, but in Kisumu we have noticed this phenomenon. And I hope it is not as serious elsewhere as it is in Kisumu.
Your Excellency, Mama Phoebe believed in the unity of the nation. And the fact that today yourself and Baba are sitting here under the broad-based government as we send off Phoebe Asiyo Nyagoro, I think nothing makes her happier that our country is united under the broad-based government. Na sisi, Your Excellency, kama chama cha ODM, kwa sababu mimi ndio mwenyekiti wa kitaifa wa chama kikubwa zaidi South of Sahara and North of River Limpopo, chama cha ODM. Sisi, huyu kiongozi wetu Baba ndio tunamwangalia. Na Baba akisema left ni wapi? Na akisema right ni wapi? Na akisema fire tunafanya nini? Na sasa Baba amesema tuko ndani ya broad-based government. Na kuna wale wanatuambia ati tutoke ndani ya broad-based. Jothurwa, kuna wale wanasema tutoke ndani ya broad-based. Nyinyi mnasema nini? Tukae ndani ama tukae nje? Tukae ndani ama tukae nje? Tukae ndani ama tukae nje? Wale ambao wanasema ndani, nataka nione kwa mkono yenu nyinyi wote kila mahali. Tunakaa ndani. Na mimi vile nimesikia watu wakizungumza, labda shida yao si President William Ruto. Shida yao ni kwamba wameona ya kwamba pia sisi tuko pale ndani, tuko na Mbadi pale, tuko na Wandai pale, tuko na Joho pale. Hiyo ndio labda inawakwarusa roho. Na ile siku tutakanyaga nje, au watakanyaga wapi? Ndani. Kwa hivyo sisi tuko ndani na hatubabaiki na hatutishwi. Na yule ambaye anazungumza aelewe ya kwamba kama chama cha ODM tumekubaliana na hiyo ndio msimamo yetu. We are mourning today an African icon. Her book says it is possible an African woman speaks. We as the women leadership of the country stand on her shoulders. And that is why we are so very grateful that when Maendeleo ya Wanawake wrote to you to grant Mama Phoebe Asiyo the highest honor granted to civilians, which is a state burial, you quickly agreed. And today we are sending off Mama Phoebe as the heroine that she is. And you took your time together with Baba to come and mourn together with us, the people of Karachuonyo, the people of Kanyaluo, as we send off this great woman. The fact that we stand on her shoulders is very clear. Here in Homa Bay, when I was running, for example, for the governor's seat, and I came to Karachuonyo, or I went to any part of Homa Bay, I told them, elect me as governor, because you see, you elected Phoebe Asio Nyagoro, and you saw what she did for the people of Karachuonyo. And that is what brought their hearts closer, and that is what made them, over time and again, elect so many women in Homa Bay. Actually, Homa Bay County, as far as the gender parity is concerned, I think we are there and past. Because we have 12 leaders at the apex leadership of the county, 6 of whom are women and 6 of whom are men. So we are at a 50-50 balance here in Homa Bay because Mama Phoebe broke the glass ceiling. And as I said in church in Nairobi, the women leaders of Homa Bay, they are not just women or paso here. They are women of substance. And they are very well educated, Your Excellency. Because you have there Honorable Dr. Ivo Bara, Honorable Dr. Lillian Gogo, Honorable Dr. Joyce Osogo Bensuda, Honorable Dr. Beatrice Ogola. The least educated among them are the loudest also, which is myself and Honorable Millie. But now we have been sent back to school and we are reading to get our PhDs.
This lady here, I can say honestly, if we trace back to the movement for human rights and talking about women's rights being human rights, Phoebe Asio was ahead of her time. She started that struggle before independence and continued with it. I can say that I'm one of the few people who are privileged to have served with Phoebe Asio in Parliament. At the time when Phoebe was first elected in Parliament, it was a very difficult time for women leaders to be in Parliament. I know now Homa Bay has taken the lead. We have more women elected in Homa Bay County more than anywhere else. And this is a great testimony to Phoebe Asio. I knew at the time when Phoebe used to take up very serious issues in Parliament. The Parliament at that time, those who were there with me at that time, there were so many male charlatans, many male chauvinists, and many male misogynists, and would not entertain women being leaders in Parliament. And for that matter, I honor her and I thank the state for giving her such a wonderful send-off.